Yes, people, welcome to Man Knows Football. You're here with myself, Goonie. Yet again, I've been putting in the work. Yesterday, you lot were spoiled with 2 lives and 1 upload. 3 uploads in 1 day, something that I don't think I've ever done on the channel. The first live was with my brother Lee Gunner. Go back and check that out if you haven't seen it. Interesting conversation. That was just when the news broke that Chelsea had agreed terms with Joao Felix. The second live that we done was with Eunice. We were discussing his reasons for why he wants Graham Potter out, and I was trying to make him see that it's not entirely the manager's fault. So if you haven't seen that, make sure you go back and check that out. And obviously the third video was on the breaking news on Joao Felix. We went through several reputable journalists and what they were saying about the situation, and today is a follow-up on some of that information. Today is a follow-up on that information that we got yesterday, and a certain right back at Sporting Lisbon, which could breed a very interesting story if he arrives at Chelsea Football Club alongside Joao Felix. And stay tuned to find out as to why that is. It is a bit of a mad thing, a controversial topic, but we will get into that. Before I get into the content, please make sure you do these things for me. Smash that subscribe button. You lot have been absolutely going in. Over the past couple of days, we've gone up by nearly 200 subscribers, man. That is good numbers, man. So thank you lot for your support. I really appreciate that, and I will stay consistent for you, man. I do love doing this. I have missed doing this on a consistent basis. It's good to be back. Smash that thumbs up as well. Get us up in the algorithm, and leave your thoughts down there in the comments as well. I'd like to know your thoughts on this whole Joao Felix situation and the whole Pedro Porro situation, which you are about to find out. Let's get into the first bit of main news, and that is the Joao Felix update. We got the massive news yesterday from both David Ornstein and Fabrizio Romano that Joao Felix had chosen Chelsea. Yes, he had the pick of several other clubs, 2 in particular in the Premier League that are flying way higher than us, in Arsenal and Manchester United. And according to David Ornstein, Joao Felix was mostly sold by the Chelsea project ahead of top place, high-flying Arsenal and Manchester United, who are coming into a great bit of form and could potentially find themselves as title contenders this season. You never know. It's been a mad season this year. Yeah, so you can never write anything off. He decided to pick struggling in the mud, in the ghetto, Chelsea, who are in 10th position. Now, I've got several things to say about that before we read out Fabrizio Romano's update on the situation. Look, for me, it could be several things, and I'll summarize real quick. The first one is that could actually be true. Joao's agent spoke to all 3 clubs, and maybe the long-term structure that Chelsea were looking to offer the player, right, could have been a more appealing project if they are thinking about keeping him for longer than 6 months. I personally suspect, even though, right, he did extend by the extra year, I do suspect that Chelsea are going to still try and work out either a loan extension at minimal or a permanent deal, especially if this goes well. I do think that they paid the fee to get him through the door, so we can have the advantage in the negotiations, and obviously we can negotiate a more sensible number to bring him to the club permanently with the loan fees considered in the price. So that's my first guess. The second one could blatantly just be, you know, we were the only club that were willing to pay 11 million euros and his full wages for 6 months with no guarantee to buy and no option to buy. Maybe that could have been an option as well. You never know. You never know. Because at the end of the day, money does talk. Either way, it doesn't matter. It does look like he's a step closer to becoming a Chelsea player. And Fabrizio Romano has tweeted, Joao Felix to Chelsea, here we go. Full verbal agreement reached. Loan move on 11 million euro fee with 100% salary covered by Chelsea. Before leaving, Joao Felix will extend his contract with Atletico until 2027. Joao will fly to London in the next hours to undergo medical tests and sign. As you can see there from Fabrizio Romano, he is confirming that Joao Felix's medical has been scheduled, and literally at that point, you are 1 step away from seeing him officially announced with the shirt up, shaking hands with Todd Bowley, signing the contracts next to 2 brothers that are somewhere in the backroom staff, fam. Yeah, no disrespect to them. But that's where we're at right now, if these reports are to be believed. I am not fully falling for it. None of these journalists are to be trusted. These guys are rightly so in tears in terms of reliability. No journalist can ever be fully reliable, but Fabrizio is one of them that does tend to get it right. Doesn't have a 100% strike rate, but he does tend to get things right. The next thing that he said was Joao Felix will extend his contract by an extra year before leaving to sign his 6-month loan deal at Chelsea. Now that's interesting because apparently Simeone will be leaving Atletico Madrid. Apparently the relationship had broken down to a point where it's completely untenable, and as a result, Joao's leaving the club under these conditions because a player of this talent shouldn't be allowed to leave under any circumstances a club like Atletico Madrid. But clearly something has broken down. The fact that he's leaving, he might think maybe this could be my second chance here at Atletico Madrid. I might extend. Or it could be a thing that Atletico turned around and said to him, look, if you sign by the extra year, we can get a little bit more value for you. So if you just help us out, we won't make it difficult in terms of negotiations if Chelsea decide to keep you for that bit longer. You never know. There can be several reasons as to why he's done it. But either way, this will naturally make any permanent or potential permanent deal for the player that bit more expensive. So let's see how he does. Let's see how he does. A lot of people are not a fan of the fact that there's no option to buy. Me personally, I think that we could have done the option to buy thing, but possibly their asking price might have been a lot. I heard it was £86 million plus add-ons. That's a lot of money to risk on Joao Felix, I'm not going to lie. But true say, if it's an option, we don't have to activate it. The fee, €11 million up front to Atletico Madrid, or however they're going to do that payment structure. A lot of money for 6 months. Also as well, we're going to be paying his wages, which is rumoured to be about £280,000 a week. We're going to be covering that in its entirety. This signing, does this mean that we might see 1 or 2 outgoings in the January? I know we will definitely see some in the summer in terms of the attacking positions, but could this mean we could see one of the senior attackers going out of the door as early as this month? I would like to hope so, in my honest opinion. Let's get into the next bit of interesting news. And boy, Chelsea, whenever we do things, we never like to do things normally. There always has to be some kind of drama or circus around whatever we do. The next name here, this one is full of drama from start to finish, from how we're dealing with this transfer to potentially what will happen if he comes through the door, as well as Joao Felix. So Chelsea are looking to hijack any move that Spurs tried to make for the sporting right back, a position that we desperately need to sort out, as Piliqueta being the second option for the rest of the season is not cutting it. Reece James, we know he's not out for the rest of the season, but that's our backup for the rest of the season, and that, in my opinion, weakens us massively. Pedro Porro solves a lot of problems. He is a highly rated right wing back / right back over there at Sporting Lisbon. Excellent going forward. Great delivery in terms of crosses. Good vision, technical as well. You lot know how much I love my technical players. In terms of defensively, he's all right. Can improve there, but he's only 23, so there is space for improvement. And I'm against this notion of signing a right back that is not top quality, who don't mind sitting on the bench. I think we're beyond that point. Now that Reece James has proved that he is injury prone and we can't rely on him for large parts of the season, we cannot continually play him because he will break down. We need to get a top quality right back to now compete with him. Because me personally, I think when Reece James is fit, he's the best right wing back / right back in the world. That's my opinion. So whoever comes in shouldn't really be a problem for Reece James, in my honest opinion. And I think he would be a great buy in a normal environment, in a normal situation. But as you know, Chelsea Football Club cannot do things normally. So with Joao Felix looking all but done, looking like an imminent deal that's going to get done soon, we might all get the official announcement today or tomorrow morning. It's honestly that close. Chelsea now want to go for Pedro Porro. Now, to some of you, you lot are like, why are you making such a big deal about this? What have the two got to do with each other? Some information dropped on my lap yesterday that Pedro Porro is servicing Joao Felix's missus, or now ex-missus. I have no idea what the situation is, yeah? You lot heard correctly. Pedro Porro is lumberjack chopping Felix's missus. Now, obviously, when I heard this revelation, I was as shocked as you are. I was like, what? Say what? What's going on? And I was even more shocked at the fact that Chelsea is still considering this man as a target, although we're about to get Joao Felix through the door. Well, let's see if that's to be believed, because obviously this is being reported by the journalists. But I decided to do some digging. I've done some homework. Now, the first thing that did strike to me is that there wasn't a reliable source that came out with a concrete story, nor did I see anything with my own two eyes to definitively say, yeah, there is some funny business going on. There's some molly-whopping going on between Joao Felix's girl and Pedro Porro. He is clapping cheeks. Yeah, he is doing the absolute most. He's doing the whole Tarzan thing in the bedroom. Yeah, swinging off the fan and all that. Doing a mad thing with his missus. I don't know what's going on there. But I did look and I didn't really find a proper source. Right? But what I did find was quotes from Joao Felix's girlfriend. There was more rumours that in a club, Pedro Porro and her passionately kissed in a VIP area. Yeah? Again, I ain't seen the footage of it. I haven't heard anything about it from any reputable kind of source. This is what I'm seeing. So I'm going by what was quoted here. She says, if I wanted to be kissing someone in an intimate moment, it would not be in lust, much less in the VIP area with that little balcony and in view of the entire nightclub. I also don't understand why those gentlemen who took the initiative to record that video and report it in such a nice way didn't remember to record me talking and hugging the other people who were there, the other guys, the players, because if we want to talk about Maggie Course, I don't know how to pronounce the name, always with the players, and that is a scene, there was a lot of material. She is saying like, yo, you lot decided to run away with that footage, but you didn't decide to stay with your camera and see me greeting other football players, because it wasn't just him that I was greeting. And who knows, like, maybe a hug, kiss on the cheek, how you doing, blah, blah, blah. You never know, like, you never know what's going on there. But me personally, I haven't seen the footage that's allegedly circulating. The only one that I have seen is him giving her the shirt, they hug. It looks like a kiss of appreciation, and she goes about her business. He goes about his business. So I don't really know what's true here. Maybe this just could be the media fueling up a story. It also says that Joao Felix is yet to respond on the circulating rumours. You know the era that we're living in, this whole social media time where, you know, a lie is more entertaining than the truth, and that's what people are going to run away with these days, man. If it's controversial, if it's a talking point, if it's something that is, you know, just garbage, people just flock to it. So this just could be a story out of nowhere, or it could be true. His missus could be getting that lumberjack wood from Pedro Porro. She could be getting that service, that MOT, as we call it back home in England, yeah, which is a regular motor check to make sure that your car is, you know, it can run on the road safely, all of that good stuff. You never know. But if she is indeed getting mollywopped by Pedro Porro, I don't see this transfer going through. If I do, Amazon Prime, this is the season to get your cameras in, yeah? And I'm not just talking on the pitch. 80% of your footage is going to be off that pitch, because that would be an absolute mad thing. But me personally, I can't see it happening. What do you think? Do you believe the rumours of this quote-unquote love triangle between Pedro Porro, Joao Felix and the girlfriend? Or do you think this is the papers just drumming up stories to get the clickbait, to get the sales, to just, you know, do what they do? Like, me personally, I don't know where I stand. I don't think I've seen all sides of the evidence. So I'm leaving this to you guys to inform me if there's anything that I've missed out on this situation. But look, he is a quality player. Hopefully the rumours are not true. If they aren't true, I'm all for him coming to Chelsea Football Club. 45 million release clause. No-brainer for me. Like I said, in today's market, 45 million is really nothing. But people, I've gone on long enough. Let me know your thoughts on Joao Felix coming to Chelsea. Let me know your thoughts on Pedro Porro. If not Pedro Porro, what other right-back options would you like to see being linked with Chelsea and potentially coming through the door? So people, as always, up the Chelsea. Stay safe. Bless.